你好. How are you? 你好吗? Okay, welcome to the Chinese class of this week. This week is very special. As we all know, this week is the fair in Seville. Even though we're not going to really celebrate the fair outside of the door, but we can still dress up like gypsies, right? Do you know what is gypsy? In Spanish, you call it gitana or gitano, right? So, do you know where does this word come from? This is a small group. Gypsy is a small group of people called ethnic minority group. They are very traditional in Spain. So, according to this long story, developed, and then people have been take this traditional and this minority culture, like the general culture, and then now we are celebrating it like the whole people doing it. So now, today, Miss Shuling would like to share with you the ethnic minority culture in China. Okay, so in China, we are a lot of people, and we know we are. That is a big number. Let's see if you can imagine how many are there. Okay, we are amount of the Chinese population now has arrived 1.5 billion people. Okay, let's say every 6 people in the world will be one Chinese. But they are living in China. Don't worry. We're not living here. You can't see 6 people in the street and every 6 of them are one Chinese. It's not going to happen right now. But they're all living in China. Let's say. So during this big amount, 92% of them are Han. Han ethnic group are us. So Miss Shuling is one member of Han. And we are like normal people in China because we are the normal ones. We are the big part. And then Hanyu is, we say the Chinese Mandarin is the language that I teach you, is also the official language in China. So it's the Hanyu, it's the language of Han, it's a language of mine. But the other 8%, what happened? They are doing this among this 8% of people. It looks very small, but they are 55 type of the ethnic minority group in this 8%. And then not only they are divided in different groups, they also have their own language, spoken languages. For example, if I say, how do you say hello in Chinese? All of you know, ni hao, right? But ni hao is from the language of Han. But maybe in Yi called blah 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 blah, or another language. They have another spoken languages. And 23 kind of ethnic minorities group, they have their own written characters. Their characters is not the same that I teach you, but don't worry, you don't have to learn that because all these ethnic groups, they have their own system of the education. They have own school. The school teach them both of the language of their own languages and their own cultures and their own religions, and they have put the different elements to decorate their clothing, their customs, and they have their own festivals like fair. So it's amazing. So look at this picture. So all these people, and you can see, even though it's very small, but you can still see, and they have wearing like colorful clothes. And that's the traditional clothing of their own, and it has been developed by many years during the Han dynasty. when the Han people have been increased a lot, and this small group have been developing their own culture and their own things, and they usually use silver, gold, like different element. They used to wear hat, like they decorate the hat with flowers, with different symbols like the sun, the moon, the plant, the flower, to express what's the symbol of their own people. Look, like these people, like this picture, and as you can see that, look, they have their own hat, they have their own costumes, and their clothes, they have different instruments, and their music are different. It's very symbolized. So now I would like to share two authentic ethnic group in China with you. Two of them, okay? One called E ethnic group. E is the top 6 population in all this minority group, okay? They still have 8.7 million populations live in China. They almost all of them live in the south of China, and they have a very famous festival called Torch Festival, and they burn sticks, the fire sticks, and they dance during the night. They set the Kongmingdeng in the sky and to light up their best wishes. Now let's watch the video and see what happened in that festival, okay? And the second one that I would like to share with you is the Dai ethnic group. The Dai ethnic group is the 11th in the list, because they have fewer people in China. But you know, the most of them, they live in the south of the Asia, not in China, not most of in China, but in Thailand. They are, most of them are Dai people, not Dai, but in China say Dai, okay? They're ethnic Dai. They have the biggest celebration, like their New Year or like their Christmas, but in their religion, their biggest celebration is the water splashing festival. So they have to go to the water, like because there is a very important water flowing through all these nations, and they respect this river and respect the water like God. So they take the water from the river, and then they take it to the temple and serve to the god. And then they also collected the water, and they go to the street and do the splash day. Yay! It's fun, yes. And let's see the video what happened.
Though to some, it might seem just an excuse for the biggest water fight of all time. Dai lives are changing as towns get bigger and modernized. but the water splashing festival is still celebrated by all. The rivers which lie at the heart of Dai life and culture flow from the distant mountains of Tibet, southwards through central Yunnan in great parallel gorges. The Dai now live in the borders of tropical Vietnam and Laos, but their legends tell of how their ancestors came here by following the rivers from mountain lands in the cold far north.
All right, so I hope that you enjoy this topic and this Chinese culture, and it's very special because every nation that we see, and we have different traditional culture and the minority cultures. It's very important for all the human beings because this minority culture is at the stake of the instinct. You know, the very minors, very few, the last of the list in China of the group of the ethnic people, right now they have only 3,000 people. So imagine if they lost their education, and culture, and the school stopped teaching them the things that the ancestors created, and they were lost it forever. So I would like to share this with you and to let the world know, and there are many more beautiful things that deserve that we pay more attention. Okay, I hope you enjoy this video in this class and have a good week. Okay, bye bye, 再见。